Alrighty, on today's video we're going to be covering my wife's truck. This actually isn't my truck, but I do use it from time to time and I get a good feel for it. So I'd like to review it. Basing my points off what I have, so I have obviously Ford 550 Power Strokes. I have a gas 1 ton with the 7.3 liter. I also have a GMC Denali Duramax. So those are kind of, you know, good trucks to compare this one to. And so I have a lot of pros and cons that I can list about this truck. So this is a 2022 Lariat Super Duty. It is a 1 ton F350. It is the Power Stroke diesel. It has a 10-speed transmission. It has the tremor package, which means it has a factory 2-inch lift. She has 20% tint on all the windows and a 5% eyebrow. She has a Fisher on it. She's got a XV2 just like us. She has a 9.5. That way, in case her plow breaks down, she can just hook up to one of mine, which is really nice. It's blacked out. It's got the black emblem, black grille. It's also got the blackout badge as well, black rims. It's a pretty, you know, attractive truck, not gonna lie. It has the Magnum back rack. She has some nice LED light bars on the back here. Definitely probably overkill actually. It's the nice Magnum rack, has those 2 lights up there that come with it. She has a 45-gallon diesel tank here with a toolbox over it. Because she's a equestrian, she has a horse farm, has like 20-something horses on her property. So she needs some diesel for her tractor and gator and stuff. It's at my house today because I wanted to fluid film it before I start seeing a lot of salt on the roads and stuff like that. It's a pretty heavy duty hitch here. I know it's kind of crazy to think, but this is a 21,000 pound receiver plate here. The ball hitch isn't set up. I think this is like a 10,000 pound. Yeah, something like 10,000 pound there. I think this is only for 18.5. But basically, if you had that equipped right, you could actually haul that big trailer over there. That is a tri-axle dump trailer, 21K. So the #1 pro compared to like my Denali Duramax is this truck's a little bit beefier. This is a 1 ton chassis and my Denali is only a 3/4 ton. So when you have some weight in the back or when you're hauling a trailer, especially with my fuel cells full of my Denali, it squats really bad. This truck doesn't squat as bad. I mean, it still squats a decent amount when you put some weight in it, but nothing like my Denali does. Obviously, as far as the ride goes, the ride of my Denali Duramax is much better just because of the independent suspension front end. This is obviously a straight axle Ford, so it is going to ride a little bit rougher. It does pretty similar on the highway on good roads, but you really notice it on bumpy dirt roads. This truck's a little bit stiffer. So yes, the Duramax does ride better, just because it's better equipped to ride better, but it's not necessarily better built. I'd say this has a beefier front end that can haul more, do more, and the Denali is more of like a comfort luxury truck. So this is still a luxury truck. This is basically the 3rd best package Ford makes. So you got Limited, which is the best, and then you got a tie for King Ranch and Platinum for 2nd best, and this would be like the 3rd best. So basically what the Limited and the King Ranch and Platinum have is they have massage seats, which this does not, and they also have the fold-in electric step. This doesn't. This is just stationary. So as far as the seats, actually my Denalis are harder, which we don't like. These are a little bit softer, and they're a little bit deeper as well, which I feel is a better seat. The Denali is more stiff, so we both agree that the seats are better in this Lariat here. I do believe that the Limited King Ranch and the Platinum have even better seats. I know they massage as well, but pretty sure they have deeper, more comfier seats as well. That was another thing I forgot to mention. So really not that much difference from a Platinum, King Ranch, or Limited, just a few minor things. There could be some other stuff that I'm missing too that I don't know about. But that's basically just about it. One thing that I don't really like about this truck is every time you stop it, the seat will go back, and I kind of would rather just it stay still. The steering wheel pushes forward and the seat moves back when you shut it off. It's just kind of annoying. I mean, I get why they did it to give you a little bit more room to move your leg and step out, but I kind of don't like it. Another thing that I don't like about this truck, so with the So like I said, this is the trimmer package, so it comes stock with the 2-inch lift. They didn't factor lowering the step bar here, so they kept it up high. What they really should have did is lower this about 2 inches, because even for me, I mean, I'm a tall guy and everything, but this is kind of useless. It's a huge step compared to like my Denali. My Denali's like down here, and my wife agrees that this thing definitely should be lower. But it's really not that big of a deal. So this has a much better looking, much more satisfying console here than my Denali. More confusing to go through the settings on this than it is on my GMC. But, I mean, once you get used to it, I mean, it becomes not really an issue anymore. I'm getting to the point where I'm good with this truck where I know where every setting is and where to find it. Wife definitely agrees with that too. Another thing I don't like is the charging port for the cell phone. It's in here, it's kind of hidden, hard to get your phone in there. Especially my phone, because it's the biggest one you can get. My GMC, it's right here, easy to get to. So I'm not really a fan of that area. The cup holder design's way better in this Ford than the GMC. This gives you the option to do 4 cup holders, and you still have 2 back there. With the GMC, you can only have 2 there and 2 here. I know it sounds crazy, but if you're, you know, have a bunch of drinks going on with passengers and stuff, it's nice to have a bunch of cup holders. So let's give it a start. As you can see, the seat is moving forward and the steering wheel is coming out. I don't really like that. I'd just rather it stay stationary, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. So I'll go through the dash for you right now. Truck info, trailer info, all your settings. So one thing I definitely like about this truck is on my Denali, when you're trying to get your phone to connect to the Bluetooth, you can't do it while you're moving. But on this truck, you can do it while you're moving, which I know it sounds really small and minute and not important. But it's really important to me because I'm always listening to music when I'm driving, so that's huge. Plenty of space in the sides here, good amount. Not really any more than a Denali, I guess. Same. Oh wow, she needs to really clean that out. There is a lot of space in there. Obviously she has it filled up with junk right now. Little look at the back here. I really like this. Nice little toolbox storage underneath your seats. And if you don't like it, you can collapse it, which is really nice too. So with my Denali, the sunroof only goes to like here. And with this truck, this goes all the way back. So the first year they actually came out with this design, people would go out and plow with their truck and the glass would instantly break. That is something they have fixed. You can plow with these trucks now. They don't instantly crack. I believe GMC is copying Ford as far as this goes, and they're going to be doing an entire sunroof with glass. Not 100% sure, but that's what I've heard. Either way, that's pretty cool. So as far as cameras versus my Denali, this just about has every camera that the Denali has. I think there's like 8 on this truck, maybe 6. One that they don't have, and I actually hate that it doesn't have this, is a camera here. So on my Denali, you can switch from just a mirror to an actual camera. And the camera actually on my Denali is so crystal clear and it never fogs up that I actually use the camera and I never use the mirror. So I kind of wish this had a camera instead of a mirror. I'm pretty sure Ford's copying GMC and doing that with their 23s. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they are. So as far as power, obviously it's power stroke is, you know, there's plenty of power in this truck, especially if you're, you know, like hauling a skid steer or anything semi-heavy. There's absolutely plenty of power behind this truck. As far as the 7.3 Godzilla that I have, you know, it's pretty comparable. The benefit with this diesel here is you get a better warranty package, so you get 100,000 miles on the engine. With the 7.3 Godzilla, you're only getting 60, so that's one benefit. You're going to get a little bit better fuel economy. This truck gets like 15 miles a gallon, where my 7.3 Godzilla gets like 8. So a pretty big difference there. You're going to be filling up a lot more if you go with the gas. It is like another $10,000 to jump up to the diesel. I'm not sure if it's necessarily worth it. It's definitely worth it if you delete the truck, hush hush. But if you still have the emissions, I'm not 100% sure if it's worth the extra tiny bit of power. I mean, it's really not even that noticeable. So on to the transmission. And this is a very strange, I still don't really understand the whole 10-speed transmission that Ford's doing. But I've got 2 trucks that have the 10-speed, and one of them's over here. This is a 550. It's a 22, so it's the same year as that. 22 550 power stroke with a 10-speed, and this transmission it's absolutely garbage. It needs to go. This truck's terrible. So like, you'll be pulling out of a scary intersection, you know, like a blind intersection, and you'll step on the gas and nothing will happen with this truck. And you'll be like, what the heck? And then somebody will start coming, you know, down the lane, and then all of a sudden the truck will decide to take off like 3 seconds after you've been on the gas. So it's extremely dangerous to drive. You need to be right on it, and it doesn't matter if you're in normal mode, tow haul, eco, it does it through all of them. We've reset the transmission twice now, and it hasn't improved at all. So transmission on this is just purely junk. Sometimes it's all over the place with the gearing. Like it'll literally like push you into the steering wheel when it just randomly downshifts at times. It's a horrible transmission. I don't get it at all. While this one is just like the best transmission truck that I've ever driven. It's like silky smooth, there's no hesitation, there's plenty of power, it shifts when you want to. You honestly don't even feel this truck shifting. This truck is just a great shifting, good transmission truck. While this 550 over here is just like, it's worth, we get a contact for it because it's so bad, but we definitely need a new transmission with this truck. It's just resetting, it's not working. I was told they make good and bad transmissions, and apparently we have a bad one. But you know, it's got 10,000 miles on it. It's not really broke in yet. Maybe that's the deal they keep telling me, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think that transmission's trash. This truck over here has never acted like that. Just the transmission's awesome. And it's weird because my gas truck too, that's a 10-speed, and that transmission's like in between the two. It's not that bad, but it's also not this good. You can still feel it shifting. It does do some funky things every once in a while. So it's just weird that Ford has these 10-speeds out that are either bad in the middle or really good. It's definitely strange, but you know, it is what it is. Tires on it right now. But yeah, other than that, you know, this truck's a really good truck. I wish it was my truck, but if I had to pick between my Denali or this Lariat here, I'd probably still choose the Denali just because it rides a little bit better. You know, it's not like a 8-foot box, I think it's a 6-foot box, crew cab, so still getting into parking spots at grocery stores and stuff like that. I mean, she used to have a ridiculous 1-ton dually Duramax that I used to hate. That had like an 8-foot box. She had really wide tires on it that stuck out way past the fenders. You know, I wasn't a fan of parking that in grocery stores and stuff, but I do like this truck. I like it a lot. Very little complaints, just minor stuff. So far, it's a really good running truck. I think 18,000 miles, something like that. She likes it too. Just, you know, a few things that she likes my Denali better with. But there's also a few things about this truck that's better than the Denali too, so it's just overall a pretty good truck. Let's do a little 0 to 60 here. So it's a rough ride, but it's not as rough as like my 550. My 550, you can't put a cup of coffee in the cup holder. You know, that will spill everywhere. This truck, you actually can have a cup of coffee in there and it won't spill. I mean, it will spill, I mean, if you had a massive pothole, but nothing crazy like the 550 or 750. Pretty quick. Obviously this truck really needs a delete. That'd be really nice, but probably not gonna happen. She wants to keep her warranties. So one thing I do like about this truck, just seems the visibility is a little bit better than in my GMC. When the GMC, like, the window is just slanted so far back, seems like you don't have much visibility out the front or side. The column's a lot smaller, I feel, in this Ford here. So I think it's just a little bit better visibility in this truck than my Denali. Heated and AC seats. Like I said, basically everything besides, you know, the massage seats, which I really wish this truck had because I heard those are awesome. So far with, you know, 17,000, almost 18,000 miles, no issues yet, or no real issues. But then again, I mean, you're probably not gonna see many issues if you take care of a truck like this and maintain it like you're supposed to for a while. But yeah, it's a very impressive truck, especially the transmission, because I was pretty dead set against her getting a 10-speed just because they're so hit or miss. But this one's definitely a great transmission, and don't really have any complaints about this truck. If you have any questions or recommendations or whatever, just leave in the comments below. It's always appreciated. And thanks again for watching.